Can't believe the Navy's still running supplies to us. These aren't their waters. I'm amazed we've seen any of our ships at all. Gaza, quit fiddling about with that scope. It's zeroed or it's not, right? Not like you're trying to take the wings off a fly. Scousers hate the Manx, North hate the South. The Scots seem to hate everyone. Amazing that the Brits are actually fighting together. So where's this canal then? Meant to be one of the biggest in the world. What do you mean we travelled up it? When?
There's nothing better than crewing a 25-pounder. Get dug in, set your sights, and start the long haul. You'll be strong as an ox in no time. That's 100 pounds per case. When we start a battery, some 500 rounds a day, you'll be able to carry a gal on one arm when you get home. Plenty of ways to skin a cat. Shorter fuse, longer fuse, impact fuse. They all do the job. Our officers at least have a morsel of decency, but that Pom, he's gonna get us killed. We're just fodder for the front line.
Who doesn't check the beach? A whole invasion force lands at Dieppe and they don't know the beach is stone? Tanks throw their tracks, landing craft can't find purchase. Fucking nightmare. You wanna know what? I don't think any of these bastards are as mean as us. Except maybe them Gurkha. They've got a look about them. That's what makes us different. We don't need an invitation when someone needs us. We've already volunteered. When that crocodile fires up, geez, 100 meters of burning fuel into every trench, window, or foxhole. No wonder the poor bastards run.
Who would fight over such a barren waste? We would. That's who. It's not where you fight, but why, brothers. Don't save your rations. I need you fighting fit. When you see an opportunity to eat, do it. God knows when the next firefight might break out. My brother serves in the Navy on the Sutlej. Last I heard, he was working in the North Sea. He must be freezing. Don't remove your cheek from the stock when you reload. See? You can retract the bolt without losing your aim. Be sure to practice.
I don't care what you did to get here. You're here because you're mean bastards and society don't like you. But you're bloody great at killing. Don't go dulling your knife. Sentries are wearing vests, shirts, tunics, fucking smocks, and then their coats. Not to mention how else they scavenge. If you can't stab them through that, you look like a right Glenner.
These hands can build damn near anything. Just don't ask me to carry a bloody tune. Each according to his gifts, eh? Oh, honestly, Dunkirk is a bloody mess. Never seen such a sorry state. And our tools, all of them, bloody left behind. Watch them tellers. Tricky buggers. Fuse on top, fuse underneath, fuse is fucking every which way. Anti-tank gun needs manning. Well, ruin someone's day. Probably mine.
All you do is complain. Jesus Christ! Shut your damn yap. No one wants to hear it. I can't keep my damn socks dry. Probably got trench foot. Does this look like trench foot to you? Look, I sure could use a hot shower, breakfast, and some fresh coffee. Any chance of that? I shit you not, a whole boatload of greenhorns come in. Fresh kit, new weapons, and ammo to spare. And needless to say, we liberated what we could. Oh, come on, how'd you even do that? Get your thumb out of there. It's spring-loaded for a reason, dumbass.
How'd they even find boots to fit you, Howard? Christ, those things are huge. Where is that slimy son of a bitch? Leaving us out here exposed, enjoying the sights, no doubt. What we need is one of them crab flails. Imagine swinging a chain at 140 RPM. Wham! No more mines. Why, to miss out on all this? Sun, sand, shrapnel, fucking paradise. Normally the most composed man on the job, but there he was, halfway through disarmament and last night's beef kicked in. Oy.
We don't have to make it pretty, man. It just needs to be sturdy and do the job. Pretty's for your gal back home.
These Kraut bastards are nothing but a bunch of bullies. You give them a solid fight and they crack like eggs. Trust me, boys. A little schooling would do you good. Gals don't like 'em dumb, boys, unless you look like Cary Grant. And you don't. Unless you know what you're talking about, keep your mouth shut. Every time you open your yap, our combined IQ drops. We're doing good here, boys. Keep that in mind when the bullets are flying past your ears. This is the good fight.
Have you ever tried German rations? Oh, they're bloody awful. It's amazing they're able to fight at all. Despite what the Yanks say, their baseball is a form of cricket. Well, cricket is far superior as a sport,
I fancy attending a World Series.
Look, I don't care what you believe, but I'm telling you Katharine Hepburn could drink any of you fellas under the table. I can't help it, but every time I use my Tommy gun, I kind of feel like James Cagney. Leave the grandstanding for the Hollywood stars. You're here to kill Germans, not impress anyone. As beautiful as those starlets are in the movies, there's no comparison when you see them up close. I suppose some might call it bravery. I call it doing my job. I can't help it if I look good doing it.
Might seem dumb to shave when I could be dead tomorrow, but it makes me feel better when I do. Ugh, I hope I don't end up in the foxhole with you. What have you been eating, boy?
Talk about unforgiving. It's like, how are we supposed to get man down from there? What, over my shoulder? Yeah, not likely. Whole body? No, thank you. Where's my goddamn scissors? Mac! Hey, Mac! Got any scissors? Hey, bother me one more time and I'm not gonna revive you when you go down, okay?
Either use me or let me focus on medical things!
Oh, sure! We'll get that thing fixed in the middle of a goddamn firefight!
Don't care if it pays better. A man's feet are supposed to stay on solid ground where they belong. Jumping out of airplanes might just be the stupidest thing I've ever seen. Goddamn, I love this job. Being the first in, causing a little havoc along the way. Better than slogging it in the mud with the infantry. You know why we call him tiptoes, don't you? 'Cause this 90-pound welt of a man might just be the clumsiest son of a bitch I've ever known. Some of these boys, wee, dumb as a bag of rocks. But at least this gets them outdoors.
Watch those Nebelwerfers. Hard to know where they're coming down. And when they hit, well, just try not to get hit. The man's a fool for taking tanks on this route. The roads are a sorry state, and it's too easy to set up an ambush. Slow and exposed, all of them. Yeah, O'Neill's a piece of work, but goddamn, he knows how to take a man down and look good while he's at it. They say you Yanks are undisciplined. I disagree. Just a bit rough around the edges, I think. You gotta face your fear. Danger's the best tonic in the world for fear.
I can't deal with this and babysit at the same time!
Commander, out of respect, fuck off.